After 15 years of marriage, when my husband asked for a divorce, I calmly agreed and signed the documents. Meanwhile, he celebrated with his mistress at a restaurant we both loved. With a smile, I approached their table saying, "Congratulations on your newfound freedom," as I slid an envelope over to them. His self-satisfied expression disappeared when he saw the DNA test results, which showed proof of infidelity. It was no loud argument that ended our marriage, but the quiet shock of realization as I stood frozen in our walk-in closet. In my hand was William's dress shirt, tainted with lipstick not meant for an operating room. I recall that precise moment as if captured in time. Tuesday at 9:17 a.m., the twins at school, Emma at her piano lesson. Gathering clothes for dry cleaning, I found William's gym bag tucked away behind his polished Oxford shoes. The zipper was slightly open, exposing the crumpled shirt he claimed to have worn to the previous night's supposed emergency surgery. No surgeon would wear a lipstick-stained shirt in an OR. Before proceeding with Jennifer's startling revelation, I invite you to join our storytelling community. If stories of bravery in the face of betrayal resonate with you, please subscribe for free and support more empowering narratives. Now, let's delve into how this seemingly ideal life begins to unravel. Standing there, heart-pounding, I realized that 15 years of marriage had condensed into undeniable evidence. Dr. William Carter, a reputable heart surgeon, father of our 3 children, had another woman's lipstick on his clothes. The well-crafted life I'd known shattered like crystal hitting marble. For years, we were the perfect Carters. He, a steady-handed savior of lives, I, the supportive wife, made it possible. Our colonial home in Oaked Heights, the picturesque American dream. Jennifer makes it all possible, he declared at fundraiser events, arm around me, champagne flute in hand. We had it all, or so it seemed at the time. 3 wonderful children. Stability. A bond that had withstood the challenges of his medical career. But the signs were there. William worked late more frequently, citing hospital staffing issues. Golf outings became regular. Our conversations, mere logistics. When he was promoted to chief of cardiac surgery, I organized a surprise party. He smiled, thanked me in public, but afterward, he complained of embarrassment. That night, he claimed exhaustion and slept elsewhere. "It's the pressure," I told my sister. "Men in power often change," she warned me. I dismissed her concerns. Physical distance widened too. Long surgeries became excuses. Touch was met with avoidance. I tried spicing things up per magazine advice, but his participation was minimal. "Is all okay between us?" I asked after he ignored his favorite meal. "Just tired, Jen," he replied, retreated to his office. I trusted him fully, never snooped his phone or emails. Until, on our 15th anniversary planning a surprise Napa weekend, I needed to sync calendars. His phone was there as he showered. Just a peek to ensure he was free, I thought. But a message from Dr. Rebecca Harrington flashed. "Last night was amazing. Can't wait to feel you inside me." My hand shook as I scrolled through months of texts, photos, and plans hatched while I was preoccupied with our children. Even my surprise anniversary gift was mocked. I returned his phone, behaved normally, but my insides churned. That night, after the kids were asleep, I confronted him in the same bedroom that held our life's most precious moments. "Are you sleeping with Rebecca Harrington?" I asked. His response was cold. "Yes." "How long?" I pressed. "Does it matter?" He was unrecognizable. "I want a divorce, Jennifer." His calm delivery cut deeper than the admission. "Why?" I breathed. "I've outgrown this life," he shrugged. "Outgrown us," gesturing around like our shared life was a cell. Jennifer reflected on her 15-year marriage to William, realizing at 45, starting anew was urgent if it had to happen. Despite building a life together, William questioned Jennifer's contributions with a bitter laugh, contrasting his life-saving work with her roles at home. She had paused her teaching career to support his medical ambitions, managed their household and children, and hosted numerous dinner parties aiding his medical career advancement. William assured her financial security as if discussing a business deal, asserting the children would adjust, as they always do. That night, he slept in the guest room, while Jennifer lay awake, reassessing their past, questioning its authenticity. By dawn, William left for the hospital, leaving a business card for his lawyer on the kitchen counter. The perfect life she believed they had constructed was an illusion. Cracks had always existed, hidden by her dedication to their facade. Unaware at the time, the lipstick stain and affair were superficial fractures in a fundamentally flawed foundation. William's betrayal ran deeper, and revelations would soon render the affair insignificant. The day following William's departure, Jennifer met with Patricia Winters, a formidable divorce attorney. She sought understanding of her legal options to prepare for the looming battle. Patricia's directive was clear: document everything, particularly finances. After putting the children to bed with reassurances of their father's busyness, Jennifer examined financial records spanning 15 years. Discrepancies surfaced, with unexplained withdrawals amounting to nearly $250,000 over 2 years going to an entity called Riverside Holdings. The bank confirmed Riverside Holdings was solely registered to William, marking the money trail's end. During a follow-up meeting, Patricia, reviewing the bank statements, indicated the asset hiding suggested long-term calculation. Patricia mentioned Dr. Nathan Brooks, a former colleague of William's, whose sudden departure from Ashford Medical Center 3 years earlier piqued curiosity. Recalling Dr. Brooks as quiet and dedicated at hospital functions, Jennifer sought him out. After several inquiries, she traced him to a modest family clinic 40 miles away. Mrs. Carter, Dr. Brooks spoke with a weighty tone, acknowledging her call was long anticipated. Meeting halfway, Dr. Brooks, appearing aged, revealed troubling truths about Ashford's fertility clinic. The clinic faced issues: failed IVF procedures reported by several couples under optimal conditions. Discrepancies in lab reports versus procedures caught Dr. Brooks' attention. Jennifer's trembling hands recalled their own IVF journeys, revealing miscarried hopes and miraculous successes. Dr. Brooks's quiet investigation unveiled falsifications by the clinic director, substantiated by William's acknowledged complicity. Hospital records, thumb drives, and procedural authorizations evidencing William's involvement, including Jennifer's procedures, surfaced. Career advancement motivated William, sought through his complicity with Dr. Mercer, who had influence over his promotions. Jennifer learned William suffered from a hereditary heart condition, with a potential 50% transmission rate to offspring. Fearful of professional judgment ramifications, he ensured donor sperm was used throughout IVF treatments. Jennifer left the encounter with a weighty thumb drive and recommended genetic testing, contemplating the ramifications of William's calculated deception. That night, after the children were asleep, she initiated DNA collection, confronting a daunting new reality. Collecting samples from hairbrushes and saliva from toothbrushes, I ensured one of William's combs from the master bathroom was included, recognizing his lack of use. The agonizing wait for results was almost unbearable. William expedited the divorce, insisting on custody assessments, suggesting my mental instability rendered me an unsuitable mother. His attorney sent intimidating messages about my financial capacity to support the children, implying my limited contribution to the family. They proposed a settlement designed to leave me with barely enough to survive, strategic coercion to ensure my compliance. During this tumultuous time, I upheld appearances, aided the twin science projects, attended Emma's recital, smiled at school drop-offs, and feigned nonchalance when other mothers inquired about William's absence. His hospital schedule is brutal, I'd say. At night, I delved into research about medical ethics breaches and fertility fraud. Shocking cases uncovered deceit, doctors using their own sperm instead of donors, clinics muddling embryos, families uncovering biological truths years later, but none mirrored our predicament. A spouse deliberately ensuring his offspring bore no biological link, crafting a family on fabricated premises, maintaining a guise of genetic connection. The tests arrived on a Tuesday morning. The woman's voice was professional yet indifferent. "We have your results, Mrs. Carter. Would you like an email or discuss them on the phone?" "Email," I whispered, needing to witness the evidence firsthand. The sterile report's language couldn't mitigate its impact. The alleged father is excluded as the biological father of the tested children. The probability of paternity is 0%. I produced 3 copies, one for my attorney, one for my exclusive safety deposit box, and another slipped into a cream envelope emblazoned with Ashford Medical Center's logo, discreetly taken from William's office during a facade of normalcy. My hands no longer trembled. Devastation solidified into determination. This wasn't merely an affair or concealed assets. It epitomized profound betrayal originating before our children's conception. William stole my choice, constructing deceit that spanned 15 years, my maternal identity, our children's existence, all while masquerading as a benefactor, devoted father, exemplary surgeon. The truth realigned everything, empowering me to ensure its consequences resonated for him. Armed with DNA proof, my grief sharpened into clear resolve. William fabricated a false narrative spanning 15 years. Now, I would systematically dismantle it. Beginning outreach to other families subjected to Ashford's fertility treatments during William's tenure, Dr. Brooks provided names of 27 affected couples. Most evaded engagement, reluctant to question their children's origins. 5 agreed to meet. The Millers had twins dissimilar to themselves. The Patel's daughter faced unanticipated medical issues. The Johnsons, Garcias, and Wilsons recounted miraculous conceptions post-repeated failures, once Dr. Mercer personally intervened. "We were so grateful," Sarah Wilson confessed tearfully, "never questioned the how." My trail led to Diane Fletcher, a former nurse at the fertility clinic, residing amidst filing cabinets. "I retained everything," she explained, hands trembling as she revealed a leather-bound journal. Patient names, procedural alterations, and authorization signatures emerged, falsely supposing destruction during her departure. "Why didn't you report it?" I queried. Diane's bitter smile followed. "I did. Hospital administration, medical ethics board, even the police. Each inquiry vanished. Your husband has powerful allies, Mrs. Carter." Her entries spanned 8 years, meticulously documenting specimen substitutions, fabricated consent, procedural anomalies, punctuated by William's frequent endorsement for genetic concerns, including my own case. Dr. Carter's explicit instructions, specimen replacement, no donor identity, Diane revealed. I photographed each page, every incriminating entry. As I departed, Diane offered a business card. "Medical ethics investigation. Ask for Agent Dawson. I referred you." Michael Dawson, part of a joint task force probing healthcare fraud, was unraveling Ashford's wall of silence. "Your proof could unlock everything," he suggested during our initial conversation, "but we need financial links, kickback evidence, internal confessions." I pledged cooperation, faking acceptance of divorce proceedings while smiling ruefully during mediation, acceding to custody arrangements, feigning interest in William's insulting settlement. "You're unexpectedly agreeable, Jennifer," William remarked post-tense legal encounter. "Children come first," I demurred softly. "I desire the best for all." His confidence swelled with perceived victories, introducing Rebecca at school, presenting her to acquaintances, permitting her to stay overnight during children's visits to his new apartment, all while I covertly amassed evidence, photographed documents, and solidified my case. Hiring a private investigator to delve into Rebecca's history unveiled a revelatory discovery. She wasn't merely William's colleague or mistress. Lessons learned from this endeavor underscore the resilience and determination necessary to confront and dismantle a sprawling, fabricated reality, restoring truth and equity in the face of profound betrayal. 5 years prior, Melline Harrington's daughter, also named Melline Harrington, had been a patient of Dr. William. She underwent a routine valve replacement surgery that tragically went wrong when William allegedly made a procedural mistake. Although a hospital investigation exonerated William by concluding that Melline hadn't disclosed vital medication information that complicated the surgery, the truth uncovered by Agent Dawson revealed that William had been operating on very little sleep after spending a weekend with Rebecca in Chicago. His mistake was concealed, records were falsified, and the family received a payout from Ashford funds. Meline's husband passed away a year later from stress-induced heart failure, leaving Rebecca alone. She then changed her last name, severed connections to her past, and systematically integrated herself into William's life, starting as a colleague and then becoming his mistress. Her quest for revenge was years in preparation, paralleling my own current endeavors. I pondered the idea of confronting her or even suggesting a collaboration, but ultimately decided against it. Rebecca's motives were driven by emotion and volatility, whereas mine required strategic precision. Over the following month, I collected testimonies from former clinic employees, traced the money from Ashford to Riverside Holdings and offshore accounts, and secured sworn statements from patients with compromised treatments. While Agent Dawson built a legal case, I aimed for a more personal approach to dismantle William Carter's meticulously crafted image. During one of our co-parenting discussions, I recorded William, subtly directing the exchange towards the topic of fertility treatments. "The twins have your eyes," I casually remarked. "Good genes," he responded, distracted by his phone. "Do you ever wonder if they inherited your heart condition?" His head snapped up at my question. "What, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy?" Dr. Brooks mentioned it. "Brooks should stay quiet about things that aren't his concern," he deflected. "Don't our children's health concern him? Or me?" I pressed. "There's nothing to worry about," he dismissed. "I had them tested years ago, they're fine." "How could you test them without informing me?" I questioned. "I'm their father and a doctor. It was a medical decision," he declared. The recording encapsulated his acknowledgement of the condition, his admission of testing our children without my knowledge, and his continued facade of biological connection. It was the final piece Agent Dawson required. The timing couldn't have been more apparent. Ashford Medical Center's annual gala, the hospital's most prestigious event, was imminent, and William was set to be honored as Physician of the Year for his groundbreaking cardiac surgery contributions and impeccable ethics. Despite our impending divorce, the invitation still addressed us together. William texted that he'd be attending with Rebecca, but that I was welcome if it wouldn't be awkward. I replied with a perfect blend of wounded dignity and gracious acceptance. "I wouldn't miss it. You deserve this recognition." Unbeknownst to William, I had presented select evidence to the hospital board chairman, leading to a special session scheduled just before the gala, where Agent Dawson would present the comprehensive case against William, Dr. Mercer, and the fertility clinic. As I prepared my gala attire, a sleek black gown Rebecca once derided as "suburban mom tries sophistication," in a text to William, I received word that William and Rebecca planned to celebrate at Vincenzo's, the same restaurant where he'd proposed 15 years ago. After the event, it was the perfect finishing touch to my meticulously orchestrated revelation. The envelope with DNA results was ready. Authorities were on standby, every detail carefully considered, bestowing a newfound sense of calm certainty that after 15 years, William's lie would unravel. The Ashford Gala night unfolded with dramatic flair as threatening thunderstorms held off, the sky looming with potential. Entering the hotel ballroom alone, wearing the black dress William claimed portrayed me as trying too hard, I moved through the medical elite, diamond earrings shimmering, gifts from an era when attempts at affection were sincere. I immediately noticed William nearby, commanding attention, his arm possessively around Rebecca, who wore crimson, reminiscent of the lipstick that triggered this cascade of revelations. Hospital board members encircled them, unfamiliar with the unraveling storm and unaware that just 30 minutes prior, a secret board meeting had reached a grim consensus. Agent Dawson presented the evidence: financial records, patient testimonies, and Diane Fletcher's meticulous documentation. The board's demeanor shifted from skepticism to shock and resolute action. Legal counsel promptly contacted the district attorney's office. Unaware of these developments, William basked in accolades for his upcoming award, clueless about the police officers at every exit awaiting Agent Dawson's signal, oblivious that his flawless facade was teetering on collapse. As I mingled, sympathetically absorbing condolences regarding my marriage, Margaret Reynolds, chief of surgery's wife, leaned in. "So brave of you to come tonight," her voice a mix of genuine sympathy and curiosity, eyes darting to William and Rebecca. "I wouldn't miss seeing William receive the recognition he's earned," I replied, with an unsettling smile. As the award ceremony unfolded as planned, the hospital board chair, Dr. Helena Winters, decreed that a public revelation would resonate more than a discreet arrest. William climbed the stage to enthusiastic applause, accepting the crystal trophy with rehearsed humility, declaring to the audience, "Medicine isn't just science. It's a sacred trust between doctor and patient. Ethical conduct must guide every decision, every procedure." As I stood in the operating room listening to William's speech, my eyes caught a glimpse of Rebecca. Although her expression was one of admiration, the slight tension in her shoulders told me she too was playing a role, albeit for different reasons than I had for the past 15 years. Our eyes met briefly, acknowledging that both of us knew the real William Carter. After the ceremony, they departed for Venzo according to schedule, and I followed 20 minutes later, keeping the cream-colored envelope securely in my clutch. The restaurant's ambience was unchanged: white tablecloths, soft lighting, and Italian opera playing gently in the background. The maitre d' recognized me immediately. "Mrs. Carter, what a pleasure to see you again. Your husband mentioned you might join them," he announced, indicating either William's confidence in his deception or his setup for a public showdown. They sat at our old favorite table by the windows. William had ordered the 1982 Bordeaux we'd once shared on our anniversary 5 years ago, a bottle that cost more than a month's worth of groceries for our children. Spotting me, William's expression shifted from surprise to smugness, assuming I was there to plead desperately. Rebecca's face morphed into a courteous mask, while William's voice took on a patronizing tone perfected over years. "This is unexpected, isn't it?" As I approached, calm not leaving my demeanor, I replied, "You informed the maitre d' I may join you." William, carelessly confident, had underestimated me. "Perhaps I should excuse myself," Rebecca suggested, discomfort evident, but I insisted, "Please stay, Rebecca, or should I call you Rebecca Harrington?" Her face paled. William's confusion was apparent. "What are you talking about?" he demanded, yet Rebecca knew what I meant. "Daughter of Melline Harrington," I clarified, "the woman whose death you covered up, William, after replacing her heart valve while exhausted from a weekend in Chicago with her daughter." Watching Rebecca, comprehension dawned in William's eyes. "Is this true?" Silence confirmed it, allowing me to place the envelope on the table quietly. "Congratulations on your freedom," I said, hinting at the DNA test results revealing layers of deceit William never anticipated. His trembling hands opened the envelope. Confusion changed to disbelief and then horror. "This is impossible," he whispered incredulously. "Is it?" I retorted, exposing his lies about our children's genetic origins, the falsified records, deceit about our IVF treatments. Rebecca now scrutinized William, understanding his years of manipulation. "What is she talking about?" she asked, but William's accusation of fabrication fell flat. I gestured towards Dr. Winters, board members, and Agent Dawson at the entrance, and calmly suggested William might clarify this to the hospital board or our children. His anger couldn't mask his panic as Agent Dawson approached. "Dr. William Carter, you're under arrest," Dawson said, charging him with medical and financial crimes. Silent disbelief filled the restaurant, while William was handcuffed, realizing my careful planning had outmaneuvered his 15 years of control. "You've been scheming," he accused, as Rebecca sat stunned, knowing her revenge was now overshadowed by much more. In the aftermath, the truth spread like wildfire. William faced severe charges, with his medical license suspended during investigations, while the fertility clinic faced closure. Across the country, families sought answers about their children's genetics. Financial consequences were swift and unavoidable as William's assets were frozen and funds redirected to secure our children's futures. Dr. Brooks later approached me post-preliminary hearing. Inspired, Ashford intended to establish an ethics review committee overseeing reproductive services. "I suggested we co-chair it," Dr. Brooks offered, acknowledging my unexpected insight from a lifetime spent hidden in William's shadow. Months later, Rebecca and I met again, drawn together by shared experiences under William's manipulation. "Do you regret it?" she asked me, considering the truth revealed wasn't easy. "Our children will learn their origins differ," I replied deliberately, but that's separate from who they are and my love for them. Embracing truth, our lives rebuilt not on illusions, but on authenticity. Watching my children sleep peacefully, I realized not satisfaction or vindication, but profound liberation. Free from manufactured narratives, I could finally author my story, beautifully flawed, unequivocally mine.